quick coffee stop. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. What have you got me, George? What is in the mystery bag? Flapjack. Oh, wow. Lovely. What a good start to the day. What a good start to the video. Welcome back. You want to be in the video? Okay, so today's video is a 6-month ownership review of this beautiful beast that I call my Range Rover. It's an L322 3.6T V8, so Range Rover Vogue, and it's our first ever time owning a Land Rover, or a Range Rover for that matter. We have got a lovely day planned today. We are actually going pumpkin picking, very autumnal, very suited. I feel like this car is very much an autumn winter car, isn't it? It very much suits that. We're gonna head over to a place called Tully's Farm. We're meeting some friends. Oh, I can show you your friend's new car if they let me. Oh my God, you're gonna love this car. They've just got a Defender and it's awesome. 1999, and it's beautiful. And if they let me, I'll film it for you guys and show you because it's very nice. And also, I wanted to quickly say this video is sponsored by Carly, and we'll get more into that a bit later on. I want to go through my favourite parts of this car, my least favourite bits of this car, how much I've spent on the car so far. I'm going to give you exact pricing for how much I bought it, everything that's happened and that I've needed to pay so far for the 6 months of ownership up to this point. Hopefully, if any of you guys watching this are thinking of getting one yourself, you can come away from this video feeling like you've taken some information and you've got something from it. Equally, if you just want to see what we get up to today, then hopefully this is going to be a good video for you. If you are new around here, please hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, because that tells YouTube that you're enjoying my channel. It can keep growing, which is very, very exciting. So let's start with, there's some Coda's doing an impression of a car that won't start, apparently. There's quite a few things that I'm absolutely loving about this car, but also quite a few things that I'm disappointed, maybe is the wrong word, a few things that I'm not loving so much. So I'm going to quickly do a run through of that now, just as we're heading up. It's near Crawley, this place, so we're going to be taking some nice B roads in a second once we're out of Worthing, out of the residential area. So let's start with the things I love about the car. Let's start on a positive note. So I think one of the main things I like the most, let me put my window up, it's quite noisy, would just be the sheer size of this thing. It's very big, you get used to it very quickly, so it's not a negative at all. It just allows you to just be very flexible. You can just have loads of passengers. You can think, oh, I need to pick that up, or I need to do the shopping. You don't have to think, oh, I'm not gonna have enough room for it. It's amazing being so high up on the road. And we've got a BMW 330e as well, and when you get back into that, although it's sporty and we love it for different reasons, you do kind of miss the height of this thing. Other than buses and lorries and trucks, you generally will be the highest thing on the road, and it gives you more visibility. You feel sort of, it's just a nice position to be in, like super high up. I'm getting stopped at every traffic light today. I think we're going to be late. I sound surprised. We're late to, if you knew us, we're late to everything. It's actually embarrassing. We blame our baby, or we don't blame our baby, we blame having a baby for that.
We blame our baby.
We don't blame our baby. We blame having a baby for that, but realistically, it was the same before we even had him. So now we've got an excuse, but it's our problem. Time management isn't our forte, shall I say. Also, other things that are big, the steering wheel's a chunky steering wheel. It's great, it's like you're driving a bus. Not sure why, but that's a good thing. The seats are big, you've got just loads of space. I'm really far away from George, which is a huge bonus. I'm joking, but it is genuinely nice. Like if we get like a McDonald's drive-through or something, we can eat in peace and not be on top of each other. One of the things that I'm the most happy about really is how luxurious it feels inside, and how it's a 13-year-old car, but it really stands up. It doesn't feel old. Obviously it's not got all of the like modern day features and the gadgets and things that modern day cars have that realistically you don't use most of. When you look at the font on the screen and the quality of that, it does age it, but other than things like that, it does feel very, very luxurious and high end. And the fact that we picked it up for the price we did, when it used to be worth 10 times that, it's a bit crazy really. So the fact that you can get so much car for the money is definitely one of the most appealing factors. He's literally playing raspberries. This is like my serious 6-month review video, and there's that in the background. It's all good. It's a family car. That's something else we love. It's a family car. There's space for a huge car seat, for a buggy in the back, for all the things that come with babies. Yeah, I know I always say it, but the tailgate is the handiest thing in the world for changing nappies, and it's great. It's like such a feature that I'd never would expect to benefit from so much, but we use it all the time, don't we? All the blooming time, so that's great. We love road trips, so you can be super flexible in this car. You don't have to think, will my car make it? Do I need to be careful of that? Is that a little bit tight? Am I gonna scuff a wheel there? Are those twigs gonna scratch my paintwork? It's much more of a workhorse. Obviously, we do want to get it neatened up a little bit someday, get the paintwork sorted out a little bit. There's a few light scratches, and we do want to get the alloys refurbed, but right now it's pretty much as bad as it could get. So we're quite flexible with where we go in it, and we don't feel like we're held back at all by the car. If anything, it allows us to do more. It allows us to do some minor off-roading. If it's a dirt track, we don't have to worry about getting stuck. If it started snowing, it never snows in England, but if it did, we'd be good. We wouldn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. It's just very flexible. It's very nice knowing that you've got an all-terrain vehicle. And then this specific car, this specific model we've got, well, not even a specific model, this specific car, it's a nice spec as well. It's been very nicely specified. It's got screens in the back, it's got a sunroof, heated front and rear seats, heated and cooled front seats. Must say I'm not a huge fan of the cooled seats. Bit of a weird sensation, like you wet yourself and then got into a car on cold leather seats, but nevertheless it is another feature, which obviously is good for resale as well. There's a heated steering wheel. We've not even had this car in winter yet. I'm very excited for it to be super cold. I think it's a very cozy car for winter. The seats are fully electric. They've got the memory functions as well, so we've got our own thing set up. Although I must say, filming this, I feel like I'm sat forwards. I think I need to just relax a little bit. Let me there we go. Does that look more natural, or is that too far back? Does it look like I'm sat on a sun lounger? No, that's nice. I think I need to readjust my memory seat. There's also an electrically adjusted steering column just down here, and just these little things that aren't huge things, but added up, it just again gives that more luxurious feel, and it overall brings the experience up several notches, which is always good. So next up, I'm going to talk about the negatives, the bad things, the things I'm disappointed with, the things I wish it didn't have, or the things I wish it didn't do. It's fast as well. It's quicker than you imagined it to be. I know it's a V8, but it's a heavy V8, and it goes, doesn't it? Like you can, if you put your foot down, like there's a tiny delay, but it really goes. Yeah. Anyway, enough good points. There's probably more I could have said, but that would be an entire video on its own. We've got a few things that we're not so happy with, but before we go into them, we're going to cut to a quick ad break with Carly. All right guys, I just want to quickly talk to you about Carly. Carly is a tool in this box right here. It's a diagnostic tool that allows you to read a ton of information about your car. It plugs directly into the OBD port, and then you read everything on the Carly app, so it gives you a full breakdown. You can even use it on things like used cars to check if there's any odometer fraud and stuff like that. With some manufacturers, you can even use coding to unlock hidden features on your car, so this could be something that you guys might be interested in. I am going to be leaving a link below, and there's going to be a code on the screen now which gets you 15% off up until December the 15th. Now this is manufacturer level diagnostics here, so it's the real deal. So you plug it in, we're going to turn on the ignition and then open up the app, check for issues. So I've got a little percentage going up now, and it's literally 2% already, 2 issues found already. So we might be finding out some bad news here today. So it's just finished doing the checks, and there's 23 fault codes. So let's show the results quickly and see what we've got. Wow. Overall car health, bad, with a big orange light. Okay, this is good to know. So imagine if you were going to buy a used car, this would be especially helpful for that. So basically it's like a traffic light system, and it goes through different things. For example, we've got one ABS issue. If I go into it now, there's an electrical issue with the ABS, so it's a minor issue. And then if we go into one of them, for example, powertrain control module is amber, and it says be careful. So it literally layers out if it's a severe issue, if it's a minor issue, and then there's a little button here that you can literally clear it. Like I said, there is going to be a link below if any of you guys are interested. I'd highly recommend it for any car really. There's so many different reasons you might want to get your hands on one to find out so much more information about your car. This is definitely going to be staying in our car for the foreseeable, and there's going to be a link in the description with a discount code if any of you guys are interested. Let's get on to this negative part of the video. Actually, to be fair, this could be a big bonus, this could be a big positive. You don't need to buy any Christmas decorations this year if you've got one of these, because you're going to be treated to Christmas lights all year round from the displays on the dashboard every single time you start the car up. there seems to be a lot of faults that come up, whether they're actual faults or not. We always seem to have, I'd say every other time we start the car, there's a fault light. Whether or not it's actually a fault, sometimes it's just electrical. They come and go, but it's kind of like a constant Blackpool illuminations. Like, we're always on holiday, we're always in Blackpool. No, it's not that bad, but we have had some occasions. For example, it comes on and says that the coolant's low. We check, the coolant isn't low, the fault light goes away again, and then it might come back in another few weeks and it might go again. It actually came on when we started the car today and it's now gone. And when we had it in for the suspension work recently, they said the coolant level wasn't low. It's just a light that comes on. We had the battery changed. That fixed the problem for a bit because we did have some electrical problems. Changing the battery did help with most of it, but it didn't seem to help with these random faults that pop up and go away again. So that's obviously not a huge amount of fun, the crippling anxiety that you get every single time you get into the car. But range anxiety, isn't it? That's what they call it. Fuel is expensive. I mean, fuel is expensive, but it's a big tank and it takes a lot of money to fill this car up, whether or not the fuel is technically expensive right now or not, and it doesn't seem to last that long either. The MPG is not amazing, but again, you've bought a V8, what do you expect? You don't buy this to try and save money or to try and be economical or anything like that, so really it's probably not that much of a negative considering the car that we bought. There's quite a lot of road noise, it's quite loud. Doesn't really bother me. I like to feel like I'm driving a tractor in this. Oh, we're turning right here?
Yep.
I quite like the tractor feel. I quite like feeling like I'm driving around a farm, so I don't mind it being loud. And it's a nice change from our 330e that is literally silent. We're so opposite. We've got two completely opposite cars. We really do get the best of both worlds with the two choices we've made. I don't think we could have picked any more opposite of cars. Oh, that's a fun game. Comment below the two opposite cars you can think of, like the two most opposite cars in the world. So it could be like a ridiculous supercar versus like the cheapest car you can think of, or I don't know, sizes, or what's the one with the most opposites? It's such a different engine, such a different something. Comment below. That's quite a fun game, isn't it? I'll have a think about that one. And then obviously the repair costs, it's expensive, the servicing's expensive, but you have bought a car that was 60-70 grand new. So you're not expecting it to be cheap. I think because of the price you paid now, comparing that to a brand new car at that price, you'd expect it to be cheap. But if you think about the fact that it's 13 years old, but it's still an expensive car new, parts still cost a lot of money, servicing still costs a lot of money. The parts are fairly easy to get your hands on, whether or not you get genuine parts or not, as in like from the main dealer. For example, with the airbag we had replaced, we got a genuine part, but we didn't buy it from a main dealer, and we saved, it was half the price. So you can find ways, but it's definitely not a cheap thing at all. Okay, we've just finished up at the pumpkin patch, the pumpkin picking, had a lovely time. My friends didn't bring their Defender, they actually brought their Discovery, which you guys have seen. I think I filmed it. I don't know, maybe I should have filmed it, but maybe I'll show you that in another video very soon. We're gonna head back home now, and just before I head home, I just wanted to quickly give a breakdown of how much this has cost me up to this point. I'll go through it fairly quickly because there's been quite a few costs and I don't want to bore any of you. So the initial cost of this car was £7,000. We bought it from a used dealer, and then of course we've got the road tax and the insurance, around £50 per month each, and that's insuring George and I. Then we had a new battery which costs £550. The service at Gumtree, where they fitted the battery and fixed the aircon, was £300 or £400. New start stop button that I very proudly fitted all by myself was about £35. The new wiper blades and the other small little upgrades, and that was only about £20. And then the Hammerite and the paint and things, maybe another £15 on top. We had the service and MOT done at Motorsense, but that was as part of a collaboration, so we didn't actually pay for that. Then the £85 for what it cost to do the new airbag, because we had the AA cover that took £500 off the bill. And then of course thousands of pounds in diesel. I mean, how many? I don't even want to think. The most expensive fill up was about £190, and that was for a full tank of diesel when it was at its most expensive. How many times have we filled it up? It's got to be over £1,000, like £2,000. Because we've been to France, we've been to Wales, we've been to the New Forest. Maybe £2 in diesel. That's a total guess.
I would hope less, but no, you could be right. I don't want to know. Let's say £1,800.
That's my guess, I think. There you go, that's the full amount we spent so far, and of course that is quite a lot of money, but no, that is, I was like, but there's no but, that is quite a lot of money. But it's all good, we've enjoyed every minute of it. So yeah, you really don't buy this car to save money, but I think most of you probably know that if you're thinking of buying one. It's not known as the most cheap and easy to run, but there is a certain charm about it, and it is kind of part of it having to spend money on it. And I kind of consider owning this and repairs on this and the whole experience a bit of a hobby, and hobbies do generally cost money. If you like going fishing, you spend money on fishing rods. If you enjoy golf, you spend money on memberships and golf clubs and traveling around the country, all that kind of stuff. So it is part of it, but it's all good. So overall, would I recommend this car for you? Obviously it depends who's watching this. I think it ticks a lot of boxes for a lot of people. I'm trying to think of someone that it wouldn't be good for. Who wouldn't this car be good for? What's the worst candidate that should buy this car? Someone who hasn't got time on their hands to go through repairs and booking in at garages and things.
Someone who lives in central London.
Someone who lives in central London. Don't buy this car. Unless you're filthy rich, then do what you want. But if you like comfort, if you like luxury, if you like spending money, then this is the perfect car for you. No, seriously, it ticks a lot of boxes for us. I think we are happy to also have our BMW to do the things this can't, but there isn't much it can't do, and we really have enjoyed the 6 months so far, and hopefully there's many more months of happy driving in the Range Rover. This is the car that Jeremy Clarkson says is the best car in the world, so it's got to be a good thing. The Queen drove one, Matt from High Peak Autos drives one, and I drive one, so what's there not to like? Sorry. That Moore George guy says he drives one, but I think it's just his girlfriend's car. I'm trying to put my hand in my pocket as I was saying that, but I can't find my pocket. This stupid thing, it's so short, isn't it? Where is the pocket? There you go. But I think this is going to conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it today. It turned out to be a nice day today actually. It was pretty cloudy this morning, but the sun's come out for the video, so that's always good. So if you did enjoy today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you disagreed with anything I said, let me know in the comments. If you agreed, let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you're new around here. Another huge thank you to Carly for sponsoring the video. Like I said, there's going to be a link below if you're interested in checking them out, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Until then, goodbye.
I've just spotted something. If you cover this up, you cover that up, and then I'll cover those up.
Anger. Anger. We paid for these as well.
When you get the repair bills.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? Anger, that's hilarious. I've never noticed that. What else can we do with it?
That's a whole nother video.
It's like we're consonant, vowel. We paid for this as well, didn't we? How much was that? 20? £20 on Etsy. Fitted beautifully by myself. It was this one, wasn't it? We left this here, but we fitted the Rover. It's over. It's all over when you get the bill. It's all over. You're going to go to the ER because you're in so much pain from the bill. You ran away from the bill because it was too expensive. No, I think that's it. I think I should quit while I'm ahead. Okay, I'm running out of memory. George just said there's like 2 minutes left and I'm still talking. See you in the next one. Goodbye.